Good afternoon to everyone. Myself M. Sugandi, Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department. Today my topic is Basics of Civil and Mechanical Engineering. Subtitle is Surveying. Okay. Today we discuss about the surveying. What are the surveying topics we include? See means first is a definition, next principle, types, classification, measurements of distance, angles, leveling, determinants of areas, related examples, and finally uses of surveying. Okay, first we see the definitions. What is mean by surveying? It's art of determining the relative position of points on above or below the earth's surface. Okay, it's measurement by means using the direct or indirect measurements to measure the distance, direction and elevation. So okay, that is your surveying. Next, what are the principles of the surveying? From the principles of surveying focused on to finally setting up a map to a reasonable scale. Okay, so the principles of surveying is to finally we survey, finally we make a map to a reasonable scale. So what are the methods in this principles of surveying? So we have three methods: linear measurement, angular measurement, final, both linear and angular measurement. Next topic we see the primary divisions of the surveying. So we have the two primary divisions of the surveying. First one is a plane surveying, second one is a geodetic survey. So in the plane surveying is here to survey by the earth to consider as a plane surface. Okay, that type of survey is a plane survey. So in the geodetic survey is here to earth to consider as a curvature nature. So that type of survey is a geodetic survey. Next we see the types of survey. We have 7 types of survey: land survey, engineering survey, mining survey, hydrographic survey, geodetic survey, aerial and topographic survey. Okay, so that are the types of survey. First we see the land survey. So in this land survey we measure the determine the property boundaries. Okay, then what are the property boundaries means? That is a transaction, all property transaction including buying, selling, mortgage and leasing. So that all under control the land survey. Next we see the engineering survey. So in the engineering survey we measure and place marks to ensure construction works are built in the accordance with the approved design plans. Only we construct any type of building. So such as the buildings, roads, bridges, tunnels and other etc. from related to infrastructure building also. Okay, that control under the engineering survey. Next we see the mining survey. What is meant by mining survey? It's a planning, construction, operation of various types of mines. Okay, so in this what are the mines? There are coal mining, metal and mineral sands. So that type of mines we survey. So from this mining survey we need the very specialized and skilled mining survey we need. From this other type of survey, it's compared to that mining surveys we need special type of skilled labor we need. Okay. Next, hydrographic survey. Hydrographic survey is to measure the surface of water and the surface of the sea, harbors and rivers and other adjacent shores. Okay, so the purpose of the hydrographic survey to prepare the chart of waterways. So it's very useful to safe passage in this seashore area, otherwise water body areas. Okay, so these are under the control of hydrographic survey. Next we see the geodetic survey. What is the mean by geodetic survey? To survey the our earth, that is to find out the shape and size of the earth, I mean world. Okay, and also to track the movement of the earth material continent. So there is under control the geodetic survey. Next we see the aerial surveying. So in the aerial surveying we using the two types of band, that is wavelength band such as infrared and ultraviolet. So this wavelength we using the picture, using the remote sensing data, we get the satellite image, finally we survey that our area. So it's under the aerial survey. Next we see the topographic survey. In the topographic surveys, not only study the size and shape, we also study the height and depth and size, location of any man-made or natural features of our land surface. So it's very useful to make a contour map. Okay, in the contour map what they show, it's where the location of the valley, where the location of mountain places. So those representation in this contour map. So it's very useful to prepare the contour map by using the topographic survey. Next we see the classifications of this. So in this classification of survey is mainly focused on based on instrument. Okay, so instrument based on we classify the survey. What are the chain surveying, compass surveying, theodolite survey, plate table survey, tachymetric survey, photogrammetric survey, GPS, and finally total station. Okay, so next we see the chain survey. What do you mean by chain survey? So in this chain survey, using the chain, we survey that place is a chain survey. So we are using the chain to measure the horizontal distance only. It's not measure the vertical distance, only measure for about horizontal distance between two objects. Okay, so in the chains they form these straight links. Okay, that is made up of galvanized mild steel wire that called is a link. Okay, so the end of each link are bent into a loop and connected together by means of 3 overlinks. So these rings is very useful for to fold or flexibility to the folding our chain. So in the chain is made up of mild steel. In the end of the chains are provided with a brass handle for tracking the chain on the ground. So purpose of the brass handle to track the chain in the ground. Okay. Next, the length of the link is distance between. So length of the link is mean distance between the center of the two consecutive middle rings. Okay, so that is the length of the ring. So this is the pictorial representation of the chain. Okay, so we have these two brass handle to track. It's a purpose for that to track the ground. Next is a two tag is there. One is small, another one is a large tag. So between two small tag, the distance is a 1 meter. Between the long tag, the distance between 5 meter. Okay, so total length of the chain is a 30 meter. Okay, next, what are the types of the chains? Metric chain, steel chain, surveyor chain, engineer's chains, revenue chains. Okay, what are the instruments used for chain surveying? So we have the 6 number of chains, number of instruments used for the chain surveying. First one is arrows, pegs, ranging rods, offset, plumb bum, cross staff. Okay, from arrows, the arrows are marking pins. Another name is here marking pins. It's made up of tempered steel. It's around the 4 mm diameter and generally 10 arrows are supplied with the chain. Okay, total height of the chain is arrows is here 400 mm. That is 0.4 meter. Okay, so don't forget the arrows height is equal to 0.4 meter, otherwise 400 mm. Okay, so if the purpose of the arrows to fix or to mark any places regarding the survey line. So that is the purpose of the arrows. Next we see the pegs. Pegs are similar purpose of the arrows, but pegs mostly fixed in the terminal points of the survey lines. The pegs mostly used for the terminal points of the survey line. Okay, so the size of the peg is here 2.5 centimeter or 3 centimeter square in top side, and the length is here 15 centimeter long. Okay, so this is the pegs. Next we see the ranging rods. The ranging rods used to marking the position of stations and for ranging the lines. Okay, so it's used for marking the position of station and the ranging of the lines. They are made of all seasoned straight gained timber teak. Okay, so it's made up of timber, otherwise steel also we used it. So in this ranging rod, the circle in cross section of 3 centimeter diameter. Okay, it's having length is either 2 or 3 centimeter. Next, offset. Offset is similar to ranging rod. Okay, but our provision is there in this top of the offset. So flag is there. So in this flag to identify where the ranging rod is available. So that is the purpose of that flag in the top of the ranging rods. So another one is a ranging rod. We have one hook is there. In the offset, one hook is there. That hook is useful for to pulling or pushing the chain in the hide and seek place. Okay. Next, topic is here plumb bum. In the plumb bum, to use the measure the center line of that instrument in correct position. Okay, so it to fix the center line of that. With the center point of that instrument is a ground surface. To using that plumb bum. So this is a pictorial representation of that plumb bum. Next we see the cross staff. Cross staff is used for setting out right angles to the chain line. So it's a fixed to right angles. So between two chain line we fix the right angle means we using the grass staff. So it's have two types. One is a frame, another one is a box type. Okay, in this one we have vertical slit. The using the vertical slit we fix the two chain line become to 90 degree. Next, what are the advantage and disadvantage of the chain surveying? So advantages of it suitable for fairly level grounds. Okay, it's not suitable for large areas. It's only based on the fairly level grounds. Next, it does not require costly equipment. It does not require the costly equipment, and it is used for preparing plans of smaller area. It is very simple. Okay, its a main disadvantage is here. It is not used for large areas, and also it's not give accurate readings. Okay, that is the advantage and the disadvantage of the survey. Next, we will see the land survey. This is a Victorian representation of the land survey. Okay, this is the shape of that. Number of shapes are given, and also number of related to areas farmers also here. Okay, all of you know this. What is the area of the square shape? What is the area of the rectangle? All of you know. So only I skip that. Next week. So this is the one small problem for how to calculate that area. Okay, how to calculate given data is here, how to calculate the area of that land. So we segregate or otherwise to split up what dimension we know. Okay, so that only we get it. We have there two types of rectangle shapes and four types of triangle shapes. So finally we have to calculate to get the area of that land. Okay, so this is the pictorial representation. Okay, next class we see the compass survey. Thanks to everyone.